Hello traders, I know different kind of camera angle here, not in the bottom left, but now we're in the upper left, because new kind of video. Today I'm going to be talking about an indicator that I've talked about a lot in the past, but never in this specific manner. Now before we get into that, my Delta Neutral course is on my site right now, and that also comes with access to a high frequency trading bot if you are interested in that. So if you want to learn any more about that, you can go check that out. And let's get into the video. Hello traders, in today's video we're going to be looking at an indicator that I typically haven't been looking at in this way. So what you're looking at here is order book depth from the 0 to 5%. And this is aggregated as this is a bunch of exchanges data for bids and offers that are added together. And if you want to see what exactly those exchanges are, you can see them here. As you can see, I've ticked all the boxes for all of them to be shown. And in white, we can actually see that that is bids and offers added together and how much in US dollars that they are worth. So when this says something like what it's currently at, which is about 418 million, that means that all bid and offer value between 0 to 5% of market price are worth $418 million. Now, I want you guys to look at to see if you see any correlation between total liquidity, i.e. the white line there, and price. So before I reveal it, each time that there's a massive drop-off in order book depth, price tended to reverse. Look here. So price is dropping, nothing's really, going crazy. It looks like it's going to keep dropping. Then we get a massive drop-off in liquidity. Just a very large drop-off. We go from 377 mil to 188.6. So that's a drop-off about $190 million just taken off the books like that. And then price reverses. We get a reversal here. We get a massive drop-off in liquidity, and price just doesn't really go any higher than that high and goes low. We get a massive drop-off in liquidity here, and price just can't really go any higher for quite some time. We get the most beautiful one here is, look here, the price pumps, and we go from, what does the number say? It's not really clear here. $371 million to 229. So about $150 million is wiped off the books in order depth. And then price reverses, and then we lose, we go back to 359. We are 371 here. We back to 359 here, and then we go back to 179 here. Why is this occurring? Why does it seem that each time that price reverses, so reverses from going here to here or reverses from going here to here, that liquidity tends to drop off? Well, I have a theory. Of course, it's just a theory because we can never know if it's fully the truth or not. I mean, even you can see here on a mini pump of 2.5%. This is on the 1 hour time frame, by the way. We can see that price rises and we go from 386 million to 304 million. So a drop of $82 million in liquidity. My theory is that market makers are going to try to pressure the price or spoof the price in a direction they want. And then once it does a very large volatility move, then they reduce the pressure, they release. And this is a cyclical pattern that happens again and again and again and again, where there's a bunch of pressure put on price, whether it's spoofing or just something going on. Price does something, and then all the orders are pulled. And this just keeps happening. I mean, time and time again. And you can see here that green, so if I double click here, you can see in green we have whenever there's more bids than offers, and in red we have whenever there's more offers than bids. Look here. There were actually more bids than offers even when price right before it had just dumped. There were more bids than offers. And then watch what happened. Right here at about 16 o'clock, right after the dump, we then get some offers coming in and they overtake the bids. So it seems like spoofing has never been higher in Bitcoin. It seems like when there are a lot more bids than offers, price tends to actually fall now, and when there's a lot more offers than bids, price tends to rise. Just because of the spoofing. Like, yeah, here there's a lot of bids that they want to get filled, and then price dumps. Then we have a lot of offers here, and then price pumps. It just seems like there's some strange patterns happening here. I think that that coordinates pretty well with massive drop-offs in liquidity. Like right here, this is probably one of the greatest ones. We have about $427 million on the books. That goes to $208 million. So that's a drop-off of hundreds of millions of dollars of order depth, just like that. And then price rises. And then price rises. So this is a pattern that actually I haven't just noticed on Bitcoin. Look here. This is a Binance Futures coin, and you'll actually see similar kind of cool patterns here, where each drop-off in liquidity tends to lead to reversals. So even something like here, price tried to go lower, but then liquidity just dropped off and price went higher. Price tried to go lower here, liquidity drop off and price went higher. And I think that any large move on IOST that occurs with a large drop off in limit orders is probably going to lead to a reversal. I mean, this is a beautiful one right here too. You can see that we have that same kind of pattern like that I just keep seeing, where we get this massive drop off in liquidity at a market bottom or at a market top, and then price reverses, and then we go right back to it. So I think that this represents a change in bias or a change in sentiment with where the market makers are trying to push price. I think that here, clearly they're trying to spoof price lower in a weird way where, there are more bids than offers right before price dumps right here. And then we get a massive drop off in liquidity, kind of changing maybe a refresh or, price is chilling, going down a bit. Then it really goes down. Bunch of orders disappear because, say, the market makers have accomplished their objective. And then a bunch of orders come back. But those orders might be in the opposite direction. So wherein price actually rises, we see a bunch of offers, and we actually even see more offers than bids. And that happened, here and here. But what I'm trying to say with this is when I've been looking at a lot of coins, I've actually noticed that total liquidity, meaning the total order depth, is actually working better, weirdly enough, than individual liquidity, individual order depth. So looking at bids versus offers is something that I used to do a lot. Looking at offers versus bids, who's bigger, who's smaller. Looking at them aggregated together and then looking at the patterns of when they really drop or when it really rises, which I haven't talked about yet, it really shows some significant patterns about what price does. If we go to one of the most volatile of all time, BitMEX BTC USD on the 1 hour, you can see this even more pronounced. I mean, BitMEX market makers, for their limit orders, my lord. So we go from... Oh, but this order depth here is aggregated. So the aggregated order depth is going to be the same. Pardon me. But if I was to look at just BitMEX, do I really want to uncheck all of these, though? That'd be a lot. What if I was just to take out BitMEX? What would the difference be? What would the difference be? Not too much. Okay, I'm going to put it back. You can see kind of differentiate. This is without BitMEX. This is with BitMEX. Now let's go look at, hey, what happens without Binance Futures? How much changes? We get like more of a bump here when we have Binance Futures in. Now we don't have Binance Futures in. Right. So that's just something that you can like play around with the exchanges you use. But this pattern isn't just on the 1 hour, it's also on the 5 minute, I've noticed. Like right here. Look what happens. We get a pump, right? And you're wondering, is price going to go higher? Is price going to go higher? Well, look here. Liquidity just drops off. Not by a lot, but it does. We go from 397 million. I know it's kind of hard to see. 397 million down to 329. Now, do we get a change in order depth? Not really. Really, bids remain dominant, as you can see here. And if I was to show you, let's go look at individual bids and offers too. Let's get really funky here. Who really drops off? Well, both drop off. And when both of them drop off, that's just really when we tend to get that reversal, right? And now I have that guy added on. I want to see what in the world was going on over here. Well, what happened? So we see both an increase in bids and offers, and then they just go back down. Is that just some big whale just toying around with the limit order books? Another one is here. We can see order depth is not changing, order depth is not changing, order depth is not changing, and then a massive change in order depth near the market top. Now, a little game that I want to play is I'm going to scroll randomly. I don't know what had happened back here. I did not memorize any of this. But I'll bet you that each time we see a liquidity drop-off, would have been a good time to take a reversal trade. You know, here I can see we see a large drop off in sale in limit sells. I'll bet you that this was a market top and then price reversed. Let's see if I was right. Nope, I was beyond wrong. But yeah, this was a good time to take a reversal trade, clearly. You know, if you had bought around the low 9,000s, yay, you're in profit. The reason I said, hey, wouldn't this be a price pump and then price come back down, is there were so many offers that dropped off. I thought a lot of them got filled. But in reality, what probably happened here was that there were a lot of offers, right? And then price dumped, and then all those offers were just pulled because they served their purpose of pushing price lower on spoofing. So, interesting. Okay, well, I did okay. I guess I give myself like a C for that. Here, let's go examine this one. So we have, everything's normal. This is definitely a reversal point. Again, I'm not looking at price. I'm going to reveal price soon, but I'm not looking at price right now. I'll bet you price. So we got a lot more bidding coming in. I'll bet you price actually dumped and then reversed. Okay, I guess I was right and wrong because price did everything, basically. Price did dump and then reverse, and price pumped and then reversed. So literally everything happened. I mean, we can see that we have a liquidity drop-off here and price reverses, and we have a liquidity drop-off here and then price reverses. Just kind of all over the place. All right, let's find a better example that I want to show another one of this guy on. We have just another one where, we get $100 million added to the books. That is a lot. Okay, what on earth is happening here with the order books of exchanges? I think that, I don't know what you guys think, but I'm thinking that this looks like so we go from a high of about 452 million in depth down to about 267. So 190 million dollars is taken off the books like that. This was very likely a price reversal. This kind of movement almost always happens, and then liquidity, and then more order depth is added. That's a price reversal. I think that this was a price pump and then price dropped. I was right. Oh wait, was I right? Kind of. I was kind of right. I said price pumped and then price dropped, which it did, but this is a lot more than I expected. Price always does what you least expect, as the old adage says. But yeah, we get a liquidity drop-off near this high. This looks like, bad for the bulls. And then we get that, which looks bad for the bears because, there's less liquidity on the books. All right, let's see if I can end the video on a... Ooh, hello. Hello to this guy. Are there any more? Yep, so we have one here and we have one here. Decent liquidity drop-off, but I'm more interested in this. It's that V shape that you get where this is very likely going to be a price reversal. And is this a price reversal from lower to higher? Nope. My prediction skills for this have been terrible. Although, one thing I will give myself credit for is that each time that I have seen this kind of large liquidity drop off and then move back to normal, it's been a price reversal. Like here, that's clearly a price reversal. Price goes down 1.2%, and then it goes down even lower, and then it goes down even lower after that. So that's a price reversal. And then we also get another secondary indication with this. Why does that occur? Well, because price wicks up and attracts some liquidity. So my final statement on why does this occur and why does this work, I'd say that market makers are spoofing the market to go wherever they want it to. And I think a lot of the times the reason they do that is to fill their orders. So if I have a bunch of bids here, I could try to get people to sell, to then sell all my bids, and then once they sell my bids, I then push price higher. And I think this is why you see these large liquidity drop-offs, because a lot of orders get filled. And then other orders get reduced. And that combination is why you keep seeing both bids and offers dropping. Like you'd expect that just bids would drop or just offers would drop. That's not what happens. Both drop. Probably because one side got filled. If price goes way up, a lot of limit sells got filled, and then the bids drop out because they stop spoofing. This is not a very simple concept. This is something that, takes some getting used to. I don't know why it's blanking giving everyone seizures right now. Please stop with the seizures. Okay, I don't want to mess with it though. What's this? Reversal? Yep, that's a reversal. kind of. Not my best, but not a bad time to buy. But instead of talking to myself about, another reversal city here. I think that there's a lot of theories you come up with, and in the comments, I would want to hear your theories about why this works, or about maybe why you think it doesn't work. Maybe why you think that order depth is more honest, or that it's not important to look at total order depth. But I think that it is, and I think that large drops in liquidity can signal a lot from the market makers. With that, I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it, and maybe you can look at Bitcoin a bit differently now and its order depth, or look at other altcoins a bit differently as well. Happy trading.